welcome to the War Dragons Wyrmrot season, which is the winter season for 2025. It will run from November 26th to February 24th. Now, without further ado, let's look at our first dragon. Our first dragon this season, as per always, is our discount legendary, which is a wind invoker called Tarnuk. Beginning with his spells, our first spell is his passive, Stormblind. It deals 16% of the dragon's modified HP as damage to all towers in the target area. Towers hit will be disabled until taking damage. The radius is 5, and the cooldown is not applicable. His second spell is Zephyrite, which is a blue spell that costs 2 rage. The dragon cloaks for 3 seconds and slows down by 50%. He can use his spells and breath attack while cloaked. He also generates 50% more rage during his cloak. The duration is 3 seconds, and the cooldown is 6. His next spell is Arrow Mend, which is a white spell that costs 1 rage. It allows him to heal 35% of his HP over the span of 9 seconds. The duration is 9 seconds, and the cooldown is 3. The next spell is Skyward, which is a white spell that costs 1 rage. It restores 3% of his HP, as well as 2 rage, and grants 2 seconds invincibility. The duration is 2 seconds, and the cooldown is 4. The last spell is Ventrage, which is a red spell that costs 1 rage. It allows the dragon to deal 85% of its health as damage in a set radius. If a tower is destroyed, the second cast will restore 1 rage for 8% of the dragon's HP. We are not given the radius, but the duration is 4 seconds. Lastly, if you decide to get this dragon, here are the ruins and glyphs, as well as the portrait that will come with it. Next, we have our first of 2 mythics, our mythic ice warrior, Ocular. His first spell is Frostwake, which is a white spell that costs 1 rage. The dragon gains 350% increased breath damage for 3 seconds. The duration is 3 seconds, and the cooldown is not applicable. His next spell is Death Chill, which is a white spell that costs 2 rage. It allows him to fly at 25% of his base speed, dodge all incoming projectiles and super shots for 3 seconds, and also deals 6% of his modified HP as damage to all nearby towers for each second of the spell. The duration is 3 seconds, and the cooldown is 6. His third spell is Cairo Shock, which is a white spell that costs 1 rage. It allows him to deal 2% of his modified HP as damage, while also freezing towers for 3 seconds. The duration is 3 seconds, and the cooldown is 7. His last spell is Frost Veil, which is a white spell that costs 1 rage. He will gain invincibility for 3 seconds. After the duration expires, healing marks equal to 8% of his modified HP will be applied to towers. The duration is 3 seconds, and the cooldown is also 3. If you plan to get this mythic, here are the ruins and glyphs, as well as the portrait that will come with him. The second of our 2 mythics is Ashrin, the mythic fire sorcerer. Ashrin's first spell is Burning Hell, which is a white spell that costs 1 rage. It deals 3% tower damage per second for 5 seconds, heals for 10% of HP per second, and restores 0.4 rage per second. The duration is 5 seconds, the cooldown is 4, and the radius is 20. The second spell is Inferno Guard, which is a white spell that doesn't cost any rage. It blocks 100% of incoming damage and makes the dragon immune to the Cosmic Orrery's pull effect. The duration is 4 seconds, and the cooldown is 0. The third spell is Pyrrhic Shroud, which is a white spell that costs 1 rage. It cloaks the dragon for 3 seconds at 25% of its flight speed. Attacking or casting spells will not break the cloak. The duration is 3 seconds, and the cooldown is 2. The last spell is Scorch Amp, which is a white spell that costs 1 rage. It boosts the breath damage by 300% for 4 seconds. The duration is 4 seconds, and the cooldown is 3. Before we move on, let's look at the design note for this dragon. The attack speed is increasing from 80 to 120, the attack range is increasing from 85 to 100, and the target's hit is increasing from 3 to 5. If you plan to get this mythic, here are the ruins and glyphs, as well as the portrait that will come with this dragon. I hope you all enjoyed. If you liked this video, please consider liking it and dropping a comment down below about which mythic you plan to get, if any.